Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is our first meet and greet with Jen and Marvin. And the reason why we're running this is because a whole bunch of new people have found genuine healing as a result of a couple of interviews that Jen has done. So we thought it'd be appropriate to do a bit of a meet and greet. And it's an opportunity to just have a little bit of one-on-one time with Jen and what else? Ask some questions and various other things. So various people are going to be coming into the call, but let's get going.
Can you check out the video? The mail. Someone is confused about the Zoom link.
Zoom link. Okay, let's just try this. Sorry, I have given it to her, but we'll just give it to her again. Just give me 1 second.
You guys want a little bit of food? 50. You guys want a little bit of hard food for the next hour?
It's difficult because people are new to what we're doing, so there's distractions and sabotages and all this tangled energy to connecting. So.
Yeah. You guys hungry to be?
Sorry, just give me 1 second, and then I'll start muting people just so we can get a little bit of order to things. Okay, so how are we going?
Did we start recording yet?
Yes, babies, we are recording.
Okay, I'm the last to know. So welcome everyone. So there's people of different levels of awareness about what Jen and Marvin do here and stuff. So welcome to like people who've been working with me for years, and then people who've just found me, and it'd be interesting to know about a few of you. Let me start with an initial release, which is where I tune into the energy of the group. Now, raise your hands if you're sensitive to energy. Susan, I think you are too, aren't you, Susan?
Yeah, me. Yeah, I don't feel that I am. I mean, I hope that I am, but I don't know.
Angry. Can you feel that they're angry?
Who, me?
Yeah.
It's
okay. It's okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'll help you release. So the people who are sensitive to energy may feel me as I release this. Now, people who are sensitive in energy might have not even noticed the release for themselves, but you've noticed, like, as Susan, did you guys notice as Susan started to try to pull up her story, just pulling out more energy and trying to pull into more to release, and then I was releasing that as she's trying to pull it up. So that's a whole dynamic of how energy and the interactions in energy, how we can release for each other and how we get sabotaged by each other and how we can help each other. So Susan is really sensitive in energy, but she doesn't have the reference point yet around it. And she's, Susan, you're so tangled in other people's anger and bullshit around you that it hasn't allowed you to have the peace of mind to actually know what you know. So what I'm doing in this is pulling that energy out. And Merlin is paying a lot of attention because Merle does this. Merlin, I'm sorry, our puppy's name is Merle Lynn because my middle name is Merle Lynn. So it's like, if I call you Merle, it's just because I call my puppy Merle all the time. So don't be offended. It's very endearing, Merlin. But you're watching an energy and it's like, you are an energy being, but you just don't know how to access it. And we watched you on Jeff Morrow and Mara using the tarot cards, which is great. But my sense is you're going to get to the point where you won't need a crutch. Like right now, you're using the tarot cards as a validation for what you already know. I look forward to you very quickly getting to the point where you don't have to use the tarot cards. You'll just read a person, know what their issues are like I do, well, not like I do, like you do, and then just be able to tell them with the confidence. You don't have to gear them towards a card. You'll just be able to tell them face to face what their bullshit is and stand with that. So that's what I'm looking forward for you getting at. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
It
you
makes
have,
a lot. Yes, ma'am.
so you have this ability, but you haven't had any reference point of how to hone it. So hopefully with working with us, and I'd love to see you like move into the subscription group where you could work with me all the time and watch my dynamics with other people and see how subtle it is, but how dynamic it is, because nothing is a throwaway. And yeah, I'm excited for you and to is Merlin your real name?
No.
Okay. My suggestion for you, do you want it or whatever?
Yes.
You're already more dynamic of a healer than Merlin was. So if you use the word Merlin as if it's the greatest thing you could ever think of, you're putting a glass ceiling on yourself. So your consciousness is already greater to that of Merlin's. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just, and it's a great name. It's a great, but it's not enough for you. So keep that in mind. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Lori, you do energy work?
Yes, I'm homeopath.
Okay, good. Can you tell Marvin how important arnica is? It's pretty good, isn't it? Arnica.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I love
For
arnica.
bruising, yeah. For bruising physically or emotionally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what's happening. So how did you find out about me? What was it, through the Jeff Mara show? Or?
Yes. I watch every night
Mhm.
and I saw you on Jeff Mara's show and it was so resonant. Yeah, I knew right away that I wanted to subscribe to your channel. And as soon as I saw you two on a video together, after Jeff Mara's show, the next night I watched, and I think you're so lovely. You are so sweet as a couple. And I've been watching the sessions that you do with people, and it's so beautiful. Oh gosh, just amazed. Yeah.
Have you tried the tapping?
Yes, I have. I've done, I printed off all your sheets. And I did one the other day. What came to mind first was money.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Yeah. So I did the energetic cleanse on that. And then I did the positive protocol afterwards. And I was exhausted. Like I started to get a headache, and I rarely get a headache. And I had to lay down. It was just incredible what I experienced. Yeah.
So do you know why it's so tiring? Do people know why this is so tiring?
Yes. Yeah. It was the vibrations just hit me, and the cleansing started.
But on a matter of fact basis, so imagine all our lifetimes we're going in this particular trajectory, and you've had this belief system about money, that it was like the root of evil or whatever, or you didn't want to be someone who abused power or money. And then you go in this trajectory, and then all of a sudden you get this, it's almost like on the road to Damascus, same Paul, or Peter got knocked down and became, what is it, Paul or whatever. On the road to Damascus, he got hit with this epiphany. And when you're doing the task for the first time on something that has been your belief system for so deep, it's like being knocked out of where you are into a new reality, and it's like exhausted. And so then you have to like regroup and everything really quickly, like instantaneously. That's why on these tabs we say in all moments, because we're not just dealing with who you are in this moment, we're dealing with all those lifetimes and all those belief systems where you believed that money was wrong for you,
Mhm.
or you took the vow of poverty,
Mhm.
and you're like undoing that. Did you feel, was there a particular tap that hit you as powerful?
Mm, Gee, I think it was when it was all finished.
Yeah,
That's when it hit me. Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So as I talk with someone, I'm going to be releasing more. And now understand, when I'm releasing for you, I'm releasing for this group, but as surrogates for humanity, we're releasing for all of the collective. And the
Mhm.
reason we're able to do this is I've spent lifetimes ascribing this level of capability into my parasympathetic nervous system. So it feels like it's, oh, she can do this, and this is a gift, but it's a gift that like I've honed for lifetimes, just like you guys have honed your gifts. So it's not like I can do this and you guys can't. This is something everyone can hone. And the more of us who work on our gifts,
Mhm.
do the tapping and remove all blockages to our gifts, then the more that we can help others spontaneously get to their gifts. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Good. Now, Susan, I know why you wanted to be here. And I'm really good that we cleared up about the SFT protocol. Merlin, have you been working with the protocols?
No, I just discovered you on the podcast as
Oh,
well.
cool. That is so cool. So you might want to download at least the energetic cleanse.
Okay.
And then it's like 42 taps or whatever. And what you want to do is do the taps all together, not just one of them, not just a few of them. You got to do the whole protocol. Don't leave any out. The ego will tell you to leave this one out because it doesn't want you to shift. And I think it would be great if you did the taps on all blockages to being being the dynamic healer.
Okay.
Or all blockages, or all lack of, you can do that, or all lack of confidence in being the dynamic healer, which is the same thing, right? Because may I ask how old you are?
I am 32.
Okay, so you seem a lot younger in energy, but you seem a lot older as a soul. So it's like, it's almost like you're toggling between your innocence and your wisdom, right? And that's not bad. It's just like you're accessing sometimes when you feel like really immature, maybe, and like small and ineffective, and then and the back of that, you know what a wise, badass, dynamic healer you are. So it's kind of hard to toggle those two realities, but your job is going to be to experience those at once. And you might enjoy coming to us. We're having a tapping session. What's the date of the winter summer solstice tapping?
June the
June
21st at 3 p.m. New York time.
Are you kidding me? You mean tomorrow?
No, so that's New York time. So for us, it's the 22nd. And so for us, it's Wednesday, 5 a.m. But for those in North America, it'll be on a Tuesday, and it's 3 p.m. New York time.
Okay, and it might be good for you to attend it if you can, Merlin, because so now I'm starting to get really hot. I've been freezing all morning like I'm in a grave, and now I'm like really hot. Because we're addressing the vacillation between haves and have-nots, or the awakened and the ignorant, and all those. There's a vast wasteland
Yes.
created between these polarities, and we're going to like be addressing that and to dissipate that. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I'm eager to work with you as well, because I'm very sensitive to the energy, because I'm only in astrologically, I'm just earth and water sign. That's it. So I'm connected to the earth and everybody's energy. So I'm very sensitive, and I like to learn how to control that better.
Okay, so what's really interesting is what you may want to do the energetic cleanse on is all limitations on yourself. So even so, we're dynamic beings. Every single one of us. Think of yourself as an awakened master, which an ascended master, which you are. Now, you wouldn't hear an ascended master go around and say, well, I'm a water sign or I'm a Virgo and stuff, because they've learned to transcend even the zodiac signs or even the rotation of the planets. Those are just trajectories in something that's physical, which is huge if you don't have an understanding. But from the vastness of your understanding as an ascended master, they don't have any limitation, they don't have any hindrance on you anymore. So you would want to do the energetic cleanse on all limitations on your all limitations on your astrological sign, all planetary limitations on yourself, and all planetary labels on yourself. So those are great for other people, but they don't serve you anymore because of your awareness. And it's good that you have them as a reference point, but the fact that you gravitate so much to them is because you've already mastered them in a past lifetime and they're comfortable for you. The tarot cards, the druid, I mean, you were a druid and you used the runes. Remember the runes? You used runes. When you were talking about tarots the other day, I just saw you with your set of your little runes, your bones or whatever they were. I don't know what they were made out of, a stone. And so you've already mastered those, and those are what is comfortable for you. But I challenge you to move beyond those now. And the SFT tapping might be a way for you to tap into to till new soils, if that makes sense.
It does.
And yeah, Lori, I would suggest that you start using the tapping as far as when you work with clients. Do you have this? Have you guys seen about this book, SFT Lexicon?
No, but I'm going to get it for
So
sure.
this would be a great reference book for you to get if you work with clients, because it has field study in it from all past clients. And
Mhm.
when people come to me with a certain issue, like a pain in the neck,
Mhm.
it's usually one of decapitation, choking, hanging, or having your throat slit, or your sinuses are having your skull crushed. Thyroid issues are having this experience of being murdered in a past lifetime and reliving that murder over and over again. So this would be great with the homeopathic stuff to add such a wealth of ways to limitate them, remove these limitations. And there's taps for each one of those in there and why it is with that client and what it's releasing. So you can go to the reference point, that issue in there, run the taps, the client through those taps, and like really make a huge, even a huger, faster difference with them. Because what you'll be doing is working on the issues from the energetic point of view and the physical point of view, which is the different dualities, the polarities. So you'll be making a fantastic difference in them through both of them. Okay.
Yeah, that was my intention, to marry the two together. Yeah, because it sounds so resonant.
Yeah. And that was my reason. I mean, I didn't even know I had this book in me. I didn't know that I had 19 books in me. But what the adepts told me is they put me on social media like 15 years ago. They had me write out posts to help people at the time and just keep them in a folder. And so there were people that would come to me and they would see this book, and then that was the one they were seeing of a textbook for life of all these issues and stuff. And they saw it before I saw it. And then one day the adept said, take all the list of tabs that you've done on certain physical issues and compile them in a book. And there were tons of them. And the first version of the book was on Amazon, and it it was just incomplete until Marvin came along and edited it and forced me to add so much insight after the fact to these things. And it's really become, I think, a tool for life to like help people and help yourselves. So that's good to know. I'm going to get to the rest of you guys, but I just want to spend time with the people who are new here so they can feel validated and comfortable. And I'm getting back to you, Missy, Miss, you know who you are. Phone 11 Pro Max. But I just want to talk with Susan a few more minutes.
Actually,
So
sorry, can I
Susan,
just ask you to do one thing, Jen? Can you just adjust the microphone? Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Elvis has left the building.
That's how I do a sound check. I go, Elvis has left the building. So it's like, thank you very much. So, Susan, you seem to be tangled with so many other people that you don't know who you are and who they are. Because my sense is, did you have relatives? Were your parents alcoholics?
Not my parents, but I do have relatives.
Okay, good.
And yeah.
Okay. So, can you do me a favor? Can you just try to answer me in short sentences? Only because like you're releasing so much that if you answer in longer questions, you're going to just bombard me in the group with all that wants to release. Because you get here and the energy of all that you are sees that you are able to release, and it's going to try to do it in words. But if you do it in words by talking to me, it gets into my sound frequency and just slams me. But if I can just have you just answer short questions, I can control how much energy comes through and taking it not into our nervous systems, but putting it out there and just releasing it before it touches our sound frequencies. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Thank
yes.
So with you, the alcoholism and this particular strain of alcoholism that you've experienced as your research for being a spiritual being is closely associated with anger. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Thank you. So there's another cleanse besides the energetic cleanse is the PB&J, and it stands for peanut butter and jelly cleanse. And the point of that one is if peanut butter and jelly didn't want to be associated together anymore, they would do this cleanse, and then peanut butter could have its own life and jelly could have its own life, and they'd never have to be connected. Okay. You're going to use this peanut butter and jelly cleanse a little bit different. You're going to so what has been happening in your energy and why the alcoholism in your particular case has been so hard to get past. For you, it's specifically hard when you're trying and you're doing everything. I mean, I see your energy and I see your beautiful light, but I also see the struggle of the alcoholism. And the reason why is it's not only alcoholism for you, there's anger and there's alcoholism, and they're gaining forces. They're combining forces within the energy to gang up on you. So what I would like you to do is do the peanut butter and jelly cleanse, the whole thing. Don't pick and choose between alcoholism and anger. So what you're going to do is release them from each other so they're not creating a synergy of ganging up on you, because that's come up in your life like you have been ganged up on. You know how you have been ganged up on, am I correct?
Yes.
That's a reflection of the anger and the alcoholism ganging up on you. There's another one too. There's also lack. So you're going to do the PB&J between anger and alcoholism. Then you're going to do the PB&J between anger and lack. And then you're going to do the PB&J between alcoholism, and lack. So what you're doing in that is being able to separate them from ganging up on you. It's larger than life. No wonder you can't get over it, because it's not just dealing with one dynamic force. It's like the triple threat. And then after you do all those PB and J's between anger, alcoholism, anger, lack, alcoholism, lack, make sure you get all three of them covered between each other. When you've separated them out, then you go in and do the energetic cleanse for yourself on anger, alcoholism, and lack. Now,
Okay.
this is what's happening now. Is I didn't even know this use for this PB&J till right now. And because you've showed up on this call, you've afforded me new research. And that's the beauty of you guys coming in here and being present, because you're allowing me to tap into more ways to help humanity. So what do you need to clarification on?
So should I do PB&J like 3 different sessions? Do the entire PB&J on, let's say the first one, alcoholism and anger, go through the whole list, tap
Yes.
out, and then alcoholism and lack through the entire list. And what was the last one?
Alcoholism.
Alcoholism and anger.
Alcoholism and lack.
Yes. Then you would go into anger, and then do the energetic cleanse on anger and lack.
Anger and lack.
Hang on. Do the energetic cleanse first on anger, then on lack.
No, do the PB&J, separate those things.
We've done the PB&Js, and then what Jen's suggesting is after you've done those 3 PB&Js, the full set, then do the energetic cleanse on alcoholism, and then do the energetic cleanse on anger, and then do the energetic cleanse on lack.
Lack. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Is there only 3? There's anger and alcoholism, anger and lack. Then there's lack and anger.
Sure. So you're just changing the order of those for the PB&Js.
Okay, good. Okay, good. And then after you've done all 3, then you do the energetic cleanse on all 3 of those separate. And you probably, after you do that, them 3, so they're not ganging up on you anymore, you'll do the energetic cleanse on each one individually. And then that's when you'll probably start to feel relief. Now, do you have children?
Yes.
So my sense is it's happening the same way in your life, is that the children are ganging up on you as well. Is that correct? Are your children supportive, or is there one or more?
They're supportive. I have a son with Down syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And of course he's supportive, and I have a daughter who's supportive, but there is a problem with my parents have my son with Down syndrome. They have guardianship because of alcoholism.
Okay, good. Yeah, little statements, because for some reason you are getting in more. My parents were professional drunks, and I come from a proud line of alcoholism, so I have to avoid the issue directly. So they are ganging up on you in a sense. Your parents are using your son to lord it over you. It might be very subtle, like they're doing you a favor, but they're making you feel inadequate at the same time. Like,
oh yes.
Okay, so we're agreeing. So you are getting ganged up on, and your son may be an unwitting dupe in it, but it's still, he's being used to gang up on you. So what you might want to do is the energetic cleanse, or the PB&J between your parents and your children, and then do the energetic cleanse between the parents, and then do the energetic cleanse between you and the children. Okay. But of course, in any healthy dysfunctional family, of course the the mother and the father are still together?
Yes.
So they actually are creating a synergy between them to gang up on you. So do the PB&J between the mother and the father, and then do the energetic cleanse between the mother and the father.
So can I
Okay.
just clarify? When you say do the energetic cleanse, you mean do the energetic cleanse on the mother first, and then do
Mhm.
the energetic cleanse on the father?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
just so we're clear.
Thanks for clarifying, because in energy, I don't know if I'm clear enough. So I get it clearly, but I don't know if I articulate it clear enough. Is
Yeah.
that a good start? That's a lot of homework for you, Susan. I think
And
you're gonna
that's
get-
awesome. I cannot thank y'all enough. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and I'm glad you're here. I do want to connect with Michelle. Michelle, yeah, you. Hi. So, want me to give you some taps to do for? No, I'm sorry, Michelle. I'll get to you, but I want to get to the other Michelle first.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you know how you're like a little bit, it's funny, but this is kind of funny. It's not funny because I know you're here because you're in a lot of pain, which isn't funny, but for some reason you have this self-defacing aspect of you. So, so there's something melodramatic and it's humorous and stuff. And I'm not belittling your pain. I feel your pain, but the taps that you want to do, your higher self is telling me to do, give you, are kind of funny, knowing that it fits your personality. Are you ready?
Yes.
So your higher self wants you to do the energetic cleanse with crashing and burning.
I did already.
You did with that phrase?
No, I mean, I'm physically crashed and burned.
I know, but
Crashing
that's
and
I
burning.
know,
Okay.
but no, together as crashing and burning, the crash and burn.
As one
Yeah, the crash and burn.
cleanse.
Because that's how you would describe where you are. You're at the crash and burn.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little better, but yeah.
Well, of course, we've connected. I know it's all about me and stuff, of course. But there's another. You are so melodramatic in energy that what do you call it? What do you call it when you show me a plane wreck? The plane wreck. So you want to do the energetic cleanse with what would it be called, Marvin?
Try the train wreck.
No, for her, the visual isn't the train, it's a plane for her. She
Okay,
crashed from up here and burned. It wasn't a lateral. The drama in this woman, she's communicating exactly it's a plane wreck. It's not a train wreck.
Okay, cool.
So you want it, but she wants to do it on the wreckage site. So you feel like you're trapped at the wreckage site, which is where you are in your life. And so you want to do it with the plane wreck. And you can try Marvin's a train wreck and report back which one feels better.
Well, I actually did crash into a train once.
Oh, okay. So a train wreck is good. We have the most beautiful parakeets. Like it's like a pet store, prettier than a pet store, and they're in our bird feeder now.
Aw.
So, oh, it's so pretty. He's using his little hands to like pick up the seed. We got to put more seed out there, Marvin. Wow, sorry, squirrel. He comes during sessions. I'm hoping there's another one on the ground. Is it the husband and wife? It looks like a
I'm gonna
different
have to
husband and wife because they're both really bright. They look like a same-sex couple.
They're only showing themselves to you. I can't see them.
Oh my gosh, really? You can't see one in the bird feeder and one on the ground?
No, because the bird seeder is behind me. I can't see it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love them so much. So they're feeling the energy of what we're doing and they're eating and they're very aware.
I've actually noticed that when quite often when we're doing group sessions and whatever, the birds just hover and they seem to be drawn to the energy.
Yep. And she's looking right at me and hearing the sounds, and she's going like this, trying to figure it out. Hi Amanda. You're on mute. Can you unmute yourself? So we're just going around and I'm doing a release for each person individually, and I was working with Michelle. I want to do more of a release for you. So you know how you're stubborn and you get mad and you kind of curse your relationships and the fact like, oh, it's over, forget it, it's over, it's done. I'm not so sure it's over. I think you keep cursing yourself in that way. So you want to do the energetic cleanse on all curses you have put on your relationship. Because it's a way to prevent yourself from feeling pain. Is when we break up with someone, it's very painful. So what we do is we take an angry stance and push them away. We're pushing away the pain. But that's not helpful for you because your whole experience is to learn to be sweeter and to be okay in the pain and the vulnerability. So you want to do all blockages to being sweet. Look at, she's pissed and even me saying that to her.
I'm writing them down.
Just teasing you.
All blockages to
Being sweet.
being sweet.
Lori, did I give you any taps to do?
No,
Okay, would you like some?
yes, I would.
Okay, this may not make sense, but it's like you're dynamic, but you're still looking for permission to be dynamic.
Mhm.
So do the energetic cleanse on needing permission. And the other thing is that you like having the tools, the physical tools. So you need to have a means to quantify the dynamic energy work. So you like to have the tools as proof. So needing to explain yourself or needing to prove to yourself what you already know.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Mhm. So how would I word that?
Marvin, can you help me?
I think the short answer is exactly as it was just given, and probably the best thing is watch the video back over on YouTube and just kind of come to your section and you'll get those words.
Okay.
Susan, do you mind not using the vapor on this? Because when you suck in fumes, I'm getting them and it's,
Oh, I'm sorry.
you don't know how sensitive I am yet. It's
I'm
okay.
so sorry.
No, it's okay. Don't apologize. I don't mean it as a active like depriving yourself. It's just that I have to like be really careful of what comes into my energy. And so I want to do this tap to lead everyone through the taps. Would you want to see how I do the taps to learn how to like word them and to say them really slowly and stuff? Merlin and everybody.
Excuse me.
So you have given your energy away to power mongers. And so you're cautious. You watch people who abuse power and you watch people in positions of power and you say, I am not going to do that. I am not going. So you're gauging yourself to make sure that you don't do that. But by holding back so much, you're affording the power mongers to still hold that space for abusing power, because you're not willing to step into that space of empowerment. You're allowing other peoples to be in that space of abusing power. Does that make sense?
Yes. That makes a lot of
I want to make sure Laura gets it. Okay, so here's the problem with male and female energy. Female energy does not need validation. Male energy is looking for the validation. Because female energy is not looking for the validation, she will give that space for validation to male energy. So she's given over all her need for validation over to male energy. And what has male energy done? Male energy has abused it and used it for his own agenda. It hasn't been a quid pro quo. So then male energy has all this space and he uses it to abuse others, and he uses it for cruelty instead of building everyone out, which is what female energy would have done it with it. So by goddess energy not holding that space of empowerment, she has by default given it to male energy to abuse. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Does that, I need to know that Lori understands that. Are you
Mhm.
seeing that?
Yes, I do.
Is it,
Mhm.
I'm not saying it to you personally. I'm saying like as a surrogate for others and such, but this is like a core issue for you. So it might be
Mhm.
hitting a nerve in you. Does that make sense?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So what we want to do with you today and with the others on the call, we want to take back all the energy that others have taken from them.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'll word it like this. I'm gonna say this tap, and then Marvin, are we gonna mute him, or do you want me to just keep doing it?
Oh, why don't you just do it? It's logistically, it'll just be easier if you do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this tap, and you guys are just gonna tap along with me. You're not even gonna have to say it out loud because we don't want to put everyone on mute. So this is the phrase, we take back everything that all others have taken from us in all moments. Ready? We take back everything that all others have taken from us in all moments. We take back everything that all others have taken from us in all moments. We take back everything that all others have taken from us in all moments. We take back everything that all others have taken from us in all moments. We take back everything that all others have taken from us in all moments. Amanda, you have to hit on your chest and head too. 3 on the head. We take back everything. No, do it. We take back. Nope. Here, Amanda. We take back everything that all others have taken from us in all moments. Now your abdomen. We take back everything that all others have taken from us in all moments. Did you feel that, Lori?
Yes, I feel lighter.
Good. Huh? Now this one will help you, Susan, but it goes along with that. We remove all the bullshit that everyone has dumped on us in all moments. I wouldn't usually say bullshit, but that's likened to Susan's identification with the vibration of it. Like someone else, I would say the pain or whatever, but for Susan, it's been bullshit. So we remove all the bullshit that everyone has dumped on us in all moments. We remove all the bullshit that all others have dumped on us in all moments. Marilyn, you don't feel like tapping with us? Is it too much? We remove
a lot of energy.
Yeah, but this is the way to get past it. Is just do it. So let's start now. We remove all the bullshit that all others have put on us in all moments. We remove all the bullshit that all others have put on us in all moments. We remove all the bullshit that all others have put on us in all moments. We remove all the bullshit that all others have put on us in all moments. We remove all the bullshit that all others have put on us in all moments. Now, here's the thing. One of the parts of the human conditioning is that you're in it alone. And that's one of the things that keeps us from tapping into our dynamos, like the whole world is against us. Nobody could understand us. We're abandoned. God hates us. We know the story. But what we're doing in these sweet little group sessions is I'm proving to you one by one and as a group that that's a lie. I'm with you in your pain. I understand the pain. You are not alone. You are releasing it in this group. And the more we're connected in this synergy, the more we can empower ourselves and each other. So we become the angels for humanity. So much of the world is still waiting to be saved. And by doing these sweet little group sessions, we are the saviors of humanity. And another thing is like, oh, she says she's a savior of humanity. Wow, does she think she's Jesus? Does she have a God complex? Well, yes, I think I do have a God complex. And I have a God complex for every single freaking one of you. So if I'm God, you're God. And in that way, we afford that God complex to all of humanity and raise the complexion of humanity to empowered instead of false humility, where we raise the bar from unworthiness and false humility and poverty to the God complex. Yes, adopt a God complex, please. That means you regain your omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. Another thing that happens in the collective right now out there in society is everyone has a pissing contest with each other. It's like, I'm great, but ooh, they're saying something opposite to me, so they're wrong. No, they're saying it for another demographic who vibrates at a similar different frequency than you. So people who don't resonate with me will resonate with Lori or Therese or Michelle or Amanda or Merlin or Susan or Marvin. So we're not breaking each other down. We're empowering each other, and we're helping all of humanity find the surrogate for what they need to awaken. And that's how we're doing it differently. So let's do a tap to forego the pissing contest, especially for dynamic awakening beings. We forego the pissing contest amongst the awakening in all moments. We forego the pissing contest among the awakening in all moments. We forego the pissing contest among the awakening in all moments. We forego the pissing contest among the awakening in all moments. We forego the pissing contest among the awakening in all moments. We forego the pissing contest among the awakening in all moments. So I just got something that I never usually get. I got a tingling in my pineal gland, my third eye. And I don't usually get that. But even that is anything that you can know of in the spiritual things that are out there are a limitation. So this seems like a little bit, and Amanda, I am going to get to you, but I have to say this. So a way to alleviate pain, this is if someone's in physical pain, Lori, this is a technique you can teach them. If someone's in physical pain, you can teach them how to overcome the pain by having them put all their attention on the pinpoint in the body where the pain is in the body, and put all their attention on that pain, because the pain isn't really in the body, it's in the brain. So if you have them send all the energy of sending it to the brain, all those signals, and send it to that part of the body. First, they'll say, I don't know, it's like an area. And I have them go to the area of the body where there's pain, and then have them break that down, that area, into the slightest pinpoint of pain. And once they do that, and they get to that pinpoint, it all dissipates. It all just dissipates because the pain is not really there. So I don't know how that relates to this directly because that's just coming through. In the spiritual realms, we're taught to sabotage ourselves because we're taught in one of the spiritual practices to focus all our attention on the third eye. Well, that's great, but that's not where our spirituality is. Our spirituality is in our whole beingness and everything that we are. So if we're focusing our attention there, we're focusing it away from our beingness, and we're not making the mark. So that may be a sabotage. And for people at a lower level of seeking, that may be an upgrade to fixate there. But once you're at the level of awareness that brings you to this place where you're on this call, focusing on any one aspect of the body, no matter where it is a limitation, because you're not a linear being, you're a starburst. Energy does not come in the body in one little linear thing and go out the legs like we're taught. Like that, you see that visual of the person with the illness, they're dead. And that's like where, no, we are not a linear being. We are a starburst. So everything that we are is not going to be locked in the physicality. And once we learn to fixate on physicality, we're going away from the place of our own healing. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so quickly we want to get to Amanda and connect with you and see what brought you to be here with us today.
Hi, well, I magically found you on Facebook. That's all.
On Facebook?
Or, I mean, I'm sorry, on YouTube.
Oh, okay. And so you learned about this group and were able to get here. That's great. So why did you want to be here? I'm trying to pull stuff out of her and she's being coy in energy.
I just feel like I got a lot of shit to work on, and I want to keep working on it.
Okay, so here's the thing. You're smiling through it. And so
Yeah.
you're doing this dichotomy thing.
Yeah.
You're aware of the dynamicness of it. And it's like there's this dance going on within you between the negative energies and the energies of empowerment. And it's like heavy because it's not balanced. You need a centrifuge to go in and to like, do you mind if I do this for you? Is centrifuge you?
Please.
So what I'm going to do is go into you and a
Like a salad
centrifuge
spinner.
Yeah, only at a cellular level, a salad spinner. But I was going to say a chemical thing where you have lumps of things and stuff. So in a salad spinner, you would still have the salad at the end.
Okay.
So that's good, but it's like the visual is like when we're done, it's going to be all messed up, all broken up. Okay. I'll do it for everyone. Okay, not just you, but so do this tap for me. So what you're doing, and actually I'll do it for everyone. So what you're doing in energy is you're staying away from the edges of awakening. We've been told that by being good, by being perfect, by being happy and positive, we're staying healthy. But that's the opposite of where enlightenment is. And this is where religions get it wrong. They teach you to be good, but good is only half of the duality of good and bad. And you experience both, so you realize that neither one is, both are an aspect of yourself, and it's just balancing the energies. So what you learn is to never go to the edge of bad. Oh, just pretend to be good and hide your thoughts and don't speak about what isn't good. Only tell people what they want to hear, la, la, la. We all know it. This is the dance we've been taught to do in society. But what you need to do is to be real. So we're going to do a different tab than what I thought. This will be the centrifugal one, but we're going to shift everyone's paradigm from being good to being real. Okay.
Yes.
We shift our paradigm from being good. No, I won't do it unless Merle wants to do it with us.
Oh, I thought you were just doing it. I'm sorry.
No, we shift our paradigm from being good to being real. In our
We shift
moments.
our paradigm from being
No,
good
say
to
it.
being
No, no, you're not on mute. So
Oh,
say it quietly.
want
I'm
me to
saying
mute?
it for
Okay.
you.
Okay.
No, yeah, you can mute into it. We shift our paradigm from being good to being real in all moments. We shift our paradigm from being good to being real in all moments. We shift our paradigm from being good to being real in all moments. We shift our paradigm from being good to being real in all moments. We shift our paradigm from being good to being real in all moments. And your abdomen, Marilyn, we shift our the abdomen, we shift our paradigm from being good to being real in all moments. We remove all aversions to being real in all moments. We remove all aversions to being real in all moments. We remove all aversions to being real in all moments. We remove all aversions to being real in all moments. We remove all aversions to being real in all moments. We remove all aversions to being real in all moments. So that's enough for you to get a start, Amanda. And you know about the energetic cleanse? You're on mute now. You put yourself on mute, so I can't hear you.
I need to look into that, but I just ordered the book.
Awesome. Good job. And yeah, so the energetic cleanse is in the book. So if you ordered the book, you'll get a PDF version and then you'll have it in there. Okay.
Beautiful.
I just want to give Therese and Michelle a little bit of time. Therese, I want to give you the tabs of oh, you're afraid, you're holding back an energy. You're afraid to go past Jen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Well, you got to stop because you're working against me at this point because I need you to help with the work that you do at this level. I need you to not like, in a way that's a pissing contest, like I can't surpass Jen when I need you to tap into your empowerment. So it's not it's only a pissing contest if you create it by not being empowered and holding me to a higher standard than yourself. So we release the fear of surpassing. We can do that one. Why don't you lead it for the group? We release the fear of surpassing Jen in all moments.
We release the fear of surpassing Jen in all moments. We release the fear of surpassing Jen in all moments. We release the fear of surpassing Jen in all moments. We release the fear of surpassing Jen in all moments. We release the fear of surpassing Jen in all moments.
We release the aversion to surpassing Jen in all moments.
We release the aversion to surpassing Jen in all moments. We release the aversion to surpassing Jen in all moments. We release the aversion to surpassing Jen in all moments. We release the aversion to surpassing Jen in all moments. We release the aversion to surpassing Jen in all moments.
So what you're doing in energy is you're confusing surpassing me with being another form of abandonment. So you're confusing surpassing me with leaving me in the dust, which isn't going to happen. Right. At this level, we're all connected. So we release confusion, and you want to do the PB&J on it, but do this tab. We release confusing surpassing Jen with being alone again in all moments.
We release confusing surpassing Jen with being alone again in all moments. We release confusing surpassing Jen with being alone again in all moments. We release confusing surpassing Jen with being alone again in all moments. We release confusing surpassing Jen with being alone again in all moments. We release confusing surpassing Jen with being alone again in all moments.
We release bringing our engrams into the higher realms in all moments.
We release bringing our engrams into the higher realms in all moments. We release bringing our engrams into the higher realms in all moments. We release bringing our engrams into the higher realms in all moments. We release bringing our engrams into the higher realms in all moments. We release bringing our engrams into the higher realms in all moments.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you.
You're welcome. Michelle. Michelle, Emma, yeah. So what you're doing is you're still staying in your linear lane. So what you feel spiritual when you do the creativity and everything. So you're staying in your spiritual land. You're you have an aversion to being exponential. Does that resonate?
Yes, it does.
So so do this tap for the group. We really staying in our linear lane in all moments.
We release staying in our linear lane in all moments.
Mm-hmm.
We release staying in our linear lane in all moments. We release staying in our linear lane in all moments. We release staying in our linear lane in all moments. We release staying in our linear lane in all moments.
So here's the thing. You use creativity very well. You're very creative and you're very empowered in like doing for others and being creative. And so you've used that as a jumping off point to your exponential, your empowerment. But what you're doing now at this level of awareness is you're actually using them to stay connected to the linear life instead of the opposite. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
We release using our gifts to stay in the linear world in all moments.
We release using our gifts to stay in the linear world in all moments. We release using our gifts to stay in the linear world in all moments. We release using our gifts to stay in the linear world in all moments. We release using our linear gift. We release using our gifts to stay in the linear world in all moments. We release using our gifts to stay in the linear world in all moments.
Great. So Michelle and Trace, you don't have to do those as the energetic cleanse. And anyone on this group can actually benefit from doing any of those taps that I gave to anyone else for themselves. So we want to keep this short enough so we don't lose people. Is there any comments or questions?
Can I just ask a quick question? There's one person that's just come into the waiting room. We're about to end this call, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, fine. So I'll just, they're kind of a bit late.
They might have gotten the time wrong.
Well, that's right. I'm sure that's true, but they'll get a chance to watch it on YouTube. So hopefully they'll benefit from that.
Can you leave them in the group and then after we end this, we can talk to them privately for a little minute?
Okay, so you want me to admit the person?
Let's just wind up this call. So it's a.
All right.
But or you can admit them if you want to.
All right.
Sorry.
Just,
yes, Lori.
But I'm just going to have to explain that we've finished the call. So.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
When we're watching sessions that were pre-recorded.
Absolutely. You get the benefit from them by tapping along.
Do we have to verbalize or just tapping along with
whatever feels right for you? The words are being said. The intention of tapping and tapping those in are good.
Okay.
But yeah, I would suggest that you verbalize them if you're alone and you can, because you just want it to be clean and like you want to decipher to your higher awareness what you're tapping in.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
So it seems like more or it's concentrated for you to say it out loud if you can, or at least to yourself? So yes, good question. And those sessions are there. I mean, they're there for humanity. People are releasing all the time with those, and I'm exhausted from people watching those and getting benefits. I'm facilitating as people watch those. So don't think you're not connected to what I do when you watch those. That's happening. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So anything else, you guys? You guys look a little bit brighter after this. Do you guys feel a release?
Oh, yes.
So you might want to, if you enjoy this, you might want to, if you're capable and you can, it might be a little stretch for people, but if they can, they might want to join the subscription group. And either there's two ways to join it, is just by getting access to all the videos we do, or by actually being a physical person on the group. And there's a
Can I explain it?
donation. Yeah, thank you.
So if you go to the website, go to the purchase page, there's 2 subscription options. So one is for people that want to be on the interactive calls every week. So a little bit like this. We host a group like this every week for about an hour and a half, and we deal with, well, the topics kind of get downloaded from the adepts the day before. So that's one way of doing it. Not everyone will want to do that. So what we've done is we've created another level of subscription that doesn't give you access to the interactive Zoom events, but allows you to watch the exclusive content. So there's 2 options for that. Both of them are great resources.
Yep. And of course, the book is really, it's like the adepts joke with me. They say this is the Bible for the 5th dimension, because there's nothing in it that tells you what to do. It tells you how to be the dynamic healer for others and for yourselves and stuff. So it's a real good resource, and a lot of what I've gone through in this lifetime, and Marvin's gone through to be here and to survive, was to get this particular book out for humanity.
And the other books, baby, and all the ongoing work.
Yeah, it's intense, people. So actually, you guys, Therese, you guys doing as much as you can in your empowerment. It doesn't take away from me. I'm not a personality. So what it does is it affords me more breathing space to do even more. So you have to turn it around and here's one more tap. We release using Jen as an excuse not to transcend in all moments. Do it for everyone.
Who are you talking to?
Right, she knows who she is.
We release using Jen as an excuse not to transcend in all moments.
Can you do me a favor? Can you stop saying it in your mousy voice? Can you say it in your empowered voice? Because I know it. I've heard it.
We release using Jen as an excuse not to transcend in all moments. We release using Jen as an excuse in all moments.
All right.
Jen as an excuse not to transcend in all moments. We release using Jen as an excuse not to transcend in all moments. We release using Jen as an excuse not to transcend in all moments.
So can you see how raw Therese is? Therese has been working with me for years, and still there's more and more to do. And it's like she's feeling very, and Michelle as well. They're feeling very raw, and I don't even have to do anything or say anything for them to feel how raw. But even at this level of I'm really raw, and I get my layers ripped off every single day, and it's excruciating. But in that same vein, that vulnerability is where the sweetness is. That's where the magic is. So we tend to try to avoid being vulnerable. But the more vulnerable we can be, the more dynamic we can be, and the more we can assist humanity. All right. So there's a lot of taps in that if you want to do them on on releasing, defending the ego. So do the energetic cleanse on defending the ego, fear of it, transcendence, all blockages to transcending, all engrams of failing. Are you okay, Trace? Do you want to say more?
No, I'm fine. I'm good. I don't want to say.
All right. Just want to make sure that we're thorough here.
Yeah.
Can I ask
Um,
one last question?
Yes, Susan.
What's an engram?
Good question. An engram is the images I see of your past life. You have different levels of consciousness. Right now, we're connected in the physical, and you guys know about the astral because that's where we go when we die or in our dreams. But beyond that, there's other realms of aspects of ourselves. And the next one is the causal plane, which is where all our past and future experiences are recorded. So, and they show up as like different things to different people, like pictures or cards in a catalog in the library or artwork, but they're actually images of stored as your experiences. So we're removing the experiences that you don't need anymore. We remove all engrams of lack, all engrams, and it's part of the protocol, all engrams of lack or anger or abuse or unworthiness. It's really powerful. Each one of those taps in the SFT protocol is so powerful in itself that when they're combined together, it's like, it's just God. All right.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure to see you guys. And I hope you feel my love. Do you feel my love?
Most definitely.
That love is a conduit for all of us to help humanity transcend. And I hope you guys won't be strangers and you know you can connect with me anytime you need me. Okay? All right.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us here live, and those that are watching at home on YouTube after the fact. Thank you so much for your presence and your intention in being here. Great to see you all. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye. Thank you. Thank y'all so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.